Made it to the Shasta Dam today. We're going to take the tour. You can no longer take a video camera with you on the dam tour, but you can bring your cell phone camera. Anyways, there's a spillway, 270,000 CFS designed spillway, and beautiful Mount Shasta in the background. Shasta Dam at the head of the California aqueduct system on the Sacramento River. Power plant down below, you can see the penstocks. Let's go find out what it's all about, kids. Look, kids, a dam.
Just got done with the Shasta Dam tour. They still give tours here at Shasta. They lost that ability after 9/11, but they got it back. You'll get to go in the elevator all the way down to the bottom of the spillway and tour the powerhouse, the 5-turbine unit powerhouse down below, and get all the way down to the original diversion tunnel and see the entrance to that. Now they won't let you videotape the entire tour. I got a couple little clips along the way, but a couple of factoids to share with you. This is obviously a concrete dam, and in order to prevent cracking of this design, a Frank Cook design, what they use is placed concrete. So they formed it up, they built it out of Legos, basically Lego block style. They formed up every other block of concrete 50 feet wide, 50 feet deep, and only 5 feet thick, and poured that block of concrete and then cooled it, and then removed the forms and then placed the next concrete blocks and then built it all the way up from the bottom. Shasta Dam doesn't have an emergency spillway. They don't need an emergency spillway because it's a concrete dam. They can spill water through this spillway over the top of the dam by opening up the top set of gates here when things get too full. Otherwise, normally they control the water flow through the penstocks and the powerhouse, or through the river outlet valve system. There's, I think, 18 different river valve outlets along that spillway at different heights. Plus they have, I believe, 3 sets of gates, a lower, a middle, and the upper set of gates. All electrically operated. And that big gantry over there is to pick up the crap that accumulates in front of the gates, the floating debris and that sort of thing. So despite the huge size of this reservoir, the max amount of flow they want to release into the Sacramento River is about 79,000 CFS. About half of the maximum designed output of Oroville. Of course, we're much further away from the delta up here on the Sacramento River. Here's an excellent model showing how all this works. Here's the power plant, the penstocks, and this is how they primarily control the temperature of the water downstream for the fish, is through this temperature control system. And there's 3 sets of, I call them gates, but there are 3 sets of Venetian blinds that control the temperature. By sucking the temperature out of the bottom most, you get the cooler temperatures, and warmer as you go higher up. Run that water through the penstocks, and you can kind of do the same thing through this intake system for the river valves located here in the spillway. So the only set of gates really is the upper set, 3 drum gates, creating the emergency spillway. You got all that, Julianne? There'll be a test.
So we took the kids all the way down the elevator to the base of the dam, listened to the rushing water rushing through the galleries, into the immaculate power plant owned and operated by the Bureau of Reclamation, through the original lobby full of historic photographs, and all the way out to the original diversion tunnel and train tunnel just outside the dam. Here's a couple brief video clips from the tour.
Pete, come stand. Yeah. The speed of sound in Shasta Dam. Wow.
The river outlets were open. So the river outlets are the holes on the spillway that we'll talk about when we get outside, because there's something I
There.
18 river outlet valves located at various heights along the spillway. The original turbines in Shasta Dam lasted until just a few years ago when they were replaced by these more efficient turbines that no longer raise the water temperature as the water flows through them.
Yes, this smell of ozone, it reminds me of the simulator building at work. Oh, the turbine wheel's down below. Look at that, Mr. Pelton from Camptonville is still acknowledged.
The giant green gantries overhead used for moving these giant turbine parts around.
Look at this, the old diversion train tunnel from Shasta. And there's the super impervious rock that they built this dam off of.
Before they moved the railroad to its present location, they built this tunnel and ran the railroad through here while initially starting to build the dam, and then used this as the diversion tunnel.
The plug to the diversion dam is right back there, and Shasta Lake, the bottom of Shasta Lake, is just beyond it. It's about 100 yards thick plug. So if you get a chance, I highly recommend taking the Shasta Dam tour. It's highly educational, historic. You know, this thing was built between 1938 and 1945. In 5 years, built on time and under budget. And the best part about the tour, it's free. Shasta Dam, California.